everyone, and welcome back to Ben's Kitchen, where today I'm going to be showing you how to make preserved lemons. And preserved lemons, the first known recording of them or record of them is from the Mediterranean. And so I'm telling you that because other than these Meyer lemons I have here, the only ingredients is this palm sugar and kosher salt. So this is 2 tablespoons of palm sugar, and the recipe I was using from Serious Eats actually uses white sugar, but I thought that since this was originally from the Mediterranean, why not use palm sugar, which also comes from that area. And then, so 2 tablespoons of palm sugar, and then 4 tablespoons, which is a 1/4 cup of the kosher salt. And if you use salt when preserving things or fermenting things, you want to make sure that it doesn't have any other agents in it, such as anti-caking agents or preservatives, because that can inhibit the fermentation. And so first, what I have here are the Meyer lemons. You can use any lemon. If you don't have Meyer lemons, go for organic, and then if you can't find those, use normal ones. And first, I washed these earlier. So first, I'm gonna roll them in the palm of my hand, and what this does is it just breaks up the insides a little bit more, which will help release juices later on. And these things smell really good. And then I'm going to trim off this little butt here off of both sides, and so you have something looking like that. And then I'm going to cut down almost all the way, leaving about 1/4 of an inch there at the bottom, so it's still connected, but it looks like that, and just put it right in the bowl. And so now I'm going to do that with all of them. So I have all the lemons here now cut, and they're just still attached to the base. And so this will allow the juice to seep out and be good, but it'll still stay whole. And so here I have the sugar and the salt, and I'm just gonna now face these all up with the cut sides up. And I'm gonna sprinkle all of this on. Now I'm not really worried about the big chunks of the sugar because there's gonna be a lot of liquid released from these lemons, and that's just going to dissolve everything into a nice mass. So I'm just basically now going to massage all of this into these lemons and just try to really get that going. And then I'm going to take this, cover it with the lid that I have over here, and leave this overnight. And I'm going to leave it on the counter because I don't really want to inhibit any of the fermentation that's going to go on. Because that's just going to start overnight. But if you don't feel like that's safe for whatever reason, or you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can just put it in the fridge. So yeah, I'm going to mix this all up, and once that's all mixed up, I will show you what it looks like tomorrow. Alright, so it's the next day, and here I have the lemons, and as you can see, they've released a lot of liquid, and so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to take them, I'm just going to plop them right down in there, and some of them broke apart. That's alright, it doesn't really matter that much. And so just going to plop them all back down in there. And not much else to see, not that really interesting, I guess. I'm sorry about that. And now there's some seeds in here. I'm just going to try to scoop those out. They don't really add anything to the fermentation or anything like that. So take those on out, and now I'm going to pour this liquid here, which still has some salt and stuff in it, just right into there. Just make sure I get all that good stuff. And since the liquid doesn't cover this, I'm just going to now push basically all of that down with this muddler, and so I'm both releasing more liquid from the lemons, and I'm also helping cover them with the juice. And so basically, once I'm done with this, I'm going to cover it with the lid, make sure that these are all covered by the liquid, and then I'm just going to leave this on the counter for another 24 hours, and then it's going to go in the fridge. And in about 2 weeks, this will be done and ready to eat. And I'll keep in the fridge for about a year or so. And yeah, I'll show you in 2 weeks what this looks like.